Greetings, Taurus gang. It's Taurus Tarot, and today I'm going to do your January monthly reading forecast. So, according to the tarot, this is what you can expect for the month of January. So, to do this reading, I'm going to go ahead and use the Light Seers Tarot deck, okay? Really like this deck. I believe that it produces pretty positive readings in my opinion, or at least for how I connect with it. And then we're going to go ahead and do an oracle card reading after that. And because there is a full moon that is in Cancer that's in effect, we're going to go ahead and use the Moonology Oracle Tarot deck, okay, to clarify your reading. So this is going to be a general reading, so basically whatever shows up shows up. And we are going to use a Celtic cross spread for this particular reading. So I do ask at this time for my dear ancestors, my dear guardian angels, and I ask my spirit guides to please keep me safe and to give me messages that are for a higher good for our Taurus gang, okay? So this is going to connect with anyone who identifies primarily with Taurian energy, and that could be having your Taurus that's either in your sun, your moon sign, or your rising. So that's what we call the top 3 in astrology. So if you connect with this energy and you know that you are a Taurus, this reading will be for you, okay? So our first card that we're going to pull is going to determine what the dynamic of this reading is about, okay? Oof. Dynamic of this reading is the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse position, okay? Not a great energy. It could be in some ways, but the 5 of Pentacles means that there has been a certain amount of material or financial lacking in your current state, okay? So this could be signifying that you're either feeling very overwhelmed by your finances at this time, or you might have a scarcity mindset where things are not just coming to you like as you wish that they would. And this is a particularly difficult energy for Taurus to reside in because the Taurian energy is associated with its earthly energy, and it's very I don't want to say materialistic, but it gets a lot of its grounding from the stability that it's able to capture right in this realm. So Taurus energy requires a lot of stability. So when there are problems with finances, Taurus signs do not handle that very well. So this could mean that you're overwhelmed by it, but it could also mean that the end of a arduous financial or material, lacking of material, scarcity mindset is coming to an end. So it's one of the two of those. But finances is very much part of this issue at this time, okay? Our next card is that we're going to cross with it is going to talk about what are the challenges. Okay, show me the challenges that Taurus has for the month of January in regards to this energy. Show me the challenges Taurus has in regards to this energy in the month of January. Okay, 2 cards came out. So your challenges are going to be the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, okay? So this means that you're really being challenged first by operating out of love. This is going to be a challenge for you because there's going to be maybe more pressing issues, and love is not necessarily going to be part of that. So you're challenged by putting love first in that sense. But also, you're challenged by the Queen of Swords. Your situation is, Queen of Swords is, she operates out of logic and reasoning and of higher intuition. that she knows by her reasoning. And so when this is in a challenge position, it means that you might not be seeing things in the best light. So you could be challenged by some of your like rational thought in some sense, okay? And that could come in terms of operating out of panic, doing things that you maybe necessarily wouldn't do because like you're not at your right mind at this point in time. So you got to be careful at this time with how you speak to people, because you could potentially come across as someone who is very cold or detached and maybe not taking other people's feelings into consideration. So I'm a little concerned about these two coming out together in a challenge position, because it means there's an absence of operating from your heart when it's challenged, King of Cups, but there's also an absence of operating and saying things to other people in a way that is making you appear to be BITCH energy. Is pretty much what this is saying. That's the challenge that you're having at this time. So we're gonna check for the energy below. So when we check for below, this is like energy that you are not necessarily aware that you are putting out, right? Or things that are kind of below the current, okay? So we aren't aware of our subconscious, so to speak, because, or otherwise it wouldn't be our subconscious, right? So this is your subconscious at this time. Show me the subconscious with Taurus in the month of January. Show me the subconscious with Taurus in the month of January. Okay. So your subconscious is thinking 10 of Cups. You know that you're capable of having this energy. 10 of Cups is the energy of the ultimately fulfilled, happy house, happy family, emotionally satiated in every respect, okay? So if this is hidden, it might be something that you can't really see at this time. You know that you have it in you, but you're not seeing how you're ever going to get to your happy ending. But when this comes in your subconscious, that means that like you have this inside of you. You have it to share with anybody. But it might not be something that you could see at this time, okay? So be patient with yourself, right? And be especially patient with other people as well, okay? We all go through our difficulties in life, and from the start of this dynamic is not looking like you're having like maybe the best of luck at this time, especially having a lot of concerns regarding your material world. But this is asking you to know that like you are very much capable of possessing this, and you deserve it, okay? It is absolutely your birthright to live in abundance, okay? And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Okay, let's look at the past of the situation to how we got here. So the past of the situation, how did we get here? Okay. Drop one. All right, so the past of the situation is the Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands energy is a little laissez-faire. It's a little bit of like in and out. It's kind of like chasing your passions, your desires. It's like you were operating from a place where you just like wanted to have a little bit of fun, right? When you have that Knight of Wands, that's like, I just want to go out. I just want to have a good time. I just want to do whatever it is that makes me feel good, okay? And that's going to be individual to that person. Like, what makes you feel good? It's not necessarily an indulgent energy, but it's definitely something where you're operating from a place of like festivity for fun, and you're acting on that, okay? So in the past, the recent past, this was the energy that you're operating in that got you here to that Five of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So our next card we're going to pull is going to be for our conscious mind. So if we remember, the subconscious mind is the 10 of Cups, right? That's ultimate fulfillment in emotional matters. We're going to go for what is obvious to you at this time. What is something that you are aware of at this time, Taurus? Okay. I cannot read. Sorry, there's too many cards. Show me one card for what Taurus needs to know, for what is at the top of their mind. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull these, like 3 more came out. Maybe I'll just take I'll take the one that came out up front. Okay. So 6 of Wands is your conscious energy. So you're very much focused on winning a goal, whether that's like you're focused on like what you can do to make your situation better. You're focused on whether that's like going to be advancement in your career or your job, or that's going to be like getting the relationship that you want, or diving into that next project that you really want to do. And it shows that you really have a winner mentality, like an energy that's really focused on being successful in that sense. And so like I think you very much like know your worth, and you very much know what you're capable of, and that you know that like even though you might be having hard times in the material world now, you're very much capable of like having more, doing better at any point in time. Okay. And I love to see that. I love to see it, like the highest of esteems always for my Taurians. Okay, our next card is going to cover what is incoming energy. So what can we expect to be happening during this month? Okay, what can we expect to be happening? We expect for happening from the month of June for Taurus. Oh, there's a lot of messages that want to come out. I guess I'll take these two. Okay. So the messages that came out, what's going to be happening? You're going to have a lot of messages of love. Page of Cups. Okay. So you're going to have like quite a few people coming to you for love, maybe sending you some messages, whispering some sweet nothings in your ear. Okay. And it's not going to materialize to anything because this is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like, as long as you're okay with just having busy whispers, because that is what this looks like. It looks like busy whispers, someone whispering sweet nothings in your ear, but they don't have what it takes to really build with you. Okay. And as long as you're okay with that energy and you're not expecting much out of it, then you'll be fine. Okay. So that's kind of what's in your upcoming energy. So our next card is going to talk about, this is when I'm going to lose people. I'm going to lose Tauruses who are, this is when you're rocking with this reading or you're not. Okay. Because this next card I'm going to pull is going to show what is the personal relationship to you in this Five of Pentacles energy, was just the scarcity energy in yourself. Where does that come in? Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. So, all right, this looks like feeling somehow unsatisfied with yourself. When the Nine of Cups is in the upright position, there's self-satisfaction, being independent, being emotionally independent. But when it's in reversal, it has the opposite meaning. It's like you may be relying on other people too much for external validation. This could also come across as behaving in a smug attitude. Feeling entitled also, this could be. So if you're experiencing this Five of Pentacles in reverse energy, where there's like an extreme feeling of a scarcity mindset, and this comes up, this shows there's a lack of gratitude. So I'd be very careful, and this all makes sense with the Queen of Swords in the challenge position. The way that you are operating right now is not putting yourself in the best light. And you might actually be blocking blessings by not communicating with people properly, or being overly expectant of others. Okay, so be very careful with that. What's the current environment? So this is like, what do we find ourselves into this month, Taurus, in the month of January? What do we find ourselves getting into? Okay. All right, what we find is, this is right up your alley. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So now we're getting into, this is like Queen of Pentacles, a straight Taurian woman energy, female energy. Four of Pentacles is also an earth energy. So the Queen of Pentacles, your energy is like focusing in on your home, what needs to be done. Four of Pentacles is really conserving. So this is like looking into like, are you budgeting? Are you using your money in the right sense, right? This is kind of asking you for the greater good of your own household. You've got to start looking into like how you can maximize conserving the resources that you have available to you. Okay, so that's the current energy that you're in. But you're, by all means, you're still very abundant. Okay, you're still operating from a very high frequency in terms of like what you might feel like there's scarcity, but you probably have a place to live in. You might not have as much as you are used to having maybe in the past, but it's kind of asking you to be conservative for the time being, especially in this month of January. Be very conservative with your resources, okay? All right, next is going to be our hopes and fears. What does Taurus hope or fear? You just want some rest. Four of Swords. You're feeling tired, Taurus. You're feeling like you're running kind of on empty, and you just keep pushing. You just keep going. And you just like, you want someone to help you unload that burden. You just want to rest. You want to pass the bag to somebody else and say, Tag, you're it. Like, you can hold this for a while, because I've been holding all of this shit on my own for so long. So, Four Swords, your hope is that, like, you can get a freaking break so that you can relax. Okay. Say amen if that's how you're feeling, you know? And finally, with the last cards, I'm going to pull 3 cards for the final outcome for the month of January. What's Taurus' final outcome for the month of January? What's Taurus' outcome for the month of January? What's Taurus' outcome for the month of January? Ooh, one more. Okay. So the outcome for the month of January, remember, I don't care if it's positive or negative. You are going somewhere. 6 of Swords, okay? So this is transitioning. Transitioning where? To letting go of grief. 5 of Cups in reverse, okay? So this is like, you might have been like wallowing in a past situation that might be affecting you more than you actually realize. And so the month of January is actually going to be an important transition time for you to let go of any of those negative feelings or the grief that you've had from the past, okay? And finally, the 8 of Swords. You might feel a little blocked. You might feel like you can't do it. That things maybe aren't moving as fast as they should. Or you might be feeling like stuck. Like you don't know how you're going to get out of your situation. But you're in a 6 of Swords motion. So you're going, you're basically transiting this kind of heavy energy. It's very uncomfortable for Taurus to be in an energy that is lacking in material. And the month of January is going to be a healing time for you to get through those hard things and to kind of get to the bottom of why you're feeling blocked. What are these blockages of why you can't move to the next stage or the next level in life that you want to get to, okay? So, there's a lot of things important here. I would say the first thing that comes to mind when I look overall at this reading is there is a lot of issues with Taurus on the material front. and that you're really being asked to like hold a very positive, hold on to like your positive ideals of what you know you can accomplish when you are accessing your higher space. However, be careful with how you communicate with people, because that's coming up as a challenge for you, and it's coming off as the way you're communicating with people can strike as that your heart is closed or that is cold and that you don't care. And so that's a challenge, and you got to remember that Mercury is in retrograde, so be very purposeful and intentional about your communication with anybody that you love and care for, because there could be a lot of misunderstandings in that time, unless you don't want there to be a misunderstanding. I mean, I don't know, but like be careful, because you could do a lot of damage with your mouth at this time. You're also focusing in on what you can do on the home front to conserve the energy and the resources that you have. And you really are just hoping to like have some rest in the near future, okay? But you shouldn't worry, because you are getting through this like kind of heavy energy at this time, okay? So finally, I'm going to pull 3 full moon messages for the sign of Taurus. Yesterday we had a full moon that was in Cancer, and so we have to remember that the moon is very comfortable in Cancer, so that could be really climbing into our feelings when it comes in regards to like how we're operating with ourselves or with other people. So this could mean like being emotional on the home front, like how you're with your kids or your husband or your wife or your loved one, is a focus, right, of this full moon period. So let's get some messages for Taurus in this full moon in Cancer. Let's get messages for Taurus with this full moon in Cancer. Let's get messages for Taurus in this full moon in Cancer. Just gonna pull 3 cards. All right. Full moon in Taurus. That's literally what came up. Take a look. Hey, can't show. Okay. Full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. If you know what you need to accomplish, get to work. Be reasonable. If you need for someone to cut a drive with you, call your most honest, brutalist friend or family member to cut it to you raw and straight, okay? So your dreams need a practical plan. There's a lot of stuff that you may want and you may need, but you got a plan to get it. Okay. Second card was, wow, look at that. Another earth sign energy. Your hard work is paying off. So maybe you have been putting in the hard work, right? And it's going to pay off. If you've been working towards an objective, hey, honey, it's happening, okay? It's about to go down. And we'll get one more card for Taurus. It's ending on a great note. Okay, and okay, last card. What do you need to release? So that is the waning moon. So in your life, remember that 4 Pentacles energy that came up in your current environment. You need to be thinking about, what do you need to get rid of? Maybe that's budgeting. Maybe that's getting rid of a person that's toxic in your life. Maybe that's getting rid of a habit or an attitude that you've been holding on to, okay? So what do you need to release that's burdening or draining you in some way that is preventing you from really operating into your higher self, okay? So you're really being asked to be a bit mission focused at this time to get out of any negative state that you're in, particularly if in regards to like any of your finances or things that have to do with the material world, okay? So I hope this was insightful for you, Taurus. If you need me for a personal reading, you can go ahead and contact me at tifatarot8184@gmail.com. I am more than happy to kind of break this down for you. So I hope that was helpful for any Taurus people out there. Love you.